We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
First play of the game. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
A loss of 5.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
Looking to throw is Manning. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And now it's going to be third down. To the air, it's Peyton. Looking down the field, but that falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
33-yard line.
Williams going to throw on the first play. On the run to the right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. And open downfield, it's Johnson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Man in motion is Ingram. Throwing on second down. Williams. Open man. That's Dante Thornton. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Exiting the pocket right. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Derek Stingley. Past midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Texans. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike, not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley, he's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
7. Raiders nothing. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclones. David Montgomery. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On the play fake, here's Manning. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
A gain of 26.
It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
First down.
I love this call. My defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
To throw, it's Manning. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked back at the 5. So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. It's Texans football. Quarter number 2 begins as they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go, shot. 65, 65.
Now Manning. He's got his big tight end, Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jackson now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
7-yard line.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Now a shot here, deep middle. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete.
So at this stage of the game, Mike, that whole sideline, they're looking up at that scoreboard. They see the donut up there, and they're saying, we've got to get something going. You become a little desperate. You start pressing. In this case, they try to push something downfield, deep pass, incomplete. They've got to find a way to generate possessions while still searching for these big plays.
And he'll be out of bounds, but a big-time play for Vegas. That goes for 58.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has...
And he will take it in himself. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Raiders 7.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Brings up second and 12. At the
2 minutes to go here
line.
till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. They go play action with Manning. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. To the air is Manning. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And this will be incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Throwing now, Manning. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
And he'll take this one in. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Houston. His second touchdown of this first half. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Texans will take a 21-7 lead.
21, Raiders 7. Adam Vinatieri.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. He's inside the 40, inside the 20, and he will dive into the end zone. 71 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Johnson now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back to throw is Manning. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
37-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Manning. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 26.
Peyton going to look to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And a nice job there on that return. Gives them breathing room up past the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Open man downfield. That's Ingram. And he will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Marshall. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. The third quarter begins with a run. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. He's across midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Raider first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Vegas!
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll get rid of it and complete it. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Finding space at the 15. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Williams. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Vegas.
Touchdown.
His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Extra point by Little is good. And the Raiders go up by 7. 28-21. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Looking to throw is Manning. And that one incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh 7 downs. And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Like, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To the air, it's Peyton. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Set, go!
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he's going to have a Texans first down. On a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Manning. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. First and 10.
Texans first down.
They'll look to throw again. That one intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
And after that promising drive, Mike, just a really disappointing end. I mean, everything was going so well. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection, and then he just gets a little too aggressive with the decision-making, and it can turn around in a snap.
Makes the score Raiders 35, Texans 21.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down on the return on what will be the final play of this third quarter.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Cowboy.
Watch the twist.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Off balance throw. It's complete. It'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 10
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Let's go now.
First and 10.
Throwing now on first and 10. Open man downfield. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the grab. That's another quick first down. That's a 25-yard gain.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He'll look Hopkins' way again. This is also complete. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Here we go. First and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's a run. And he is depleted on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Come on, man up. Let's make something happen. Come on.
Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. They'll drop to throw. High-headed defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive.
And he's got another one. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Houston. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Raiders 35, Texans 28. Adam Vinatieri set to kick
Both
off.
teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jackson's now to return it. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The motion man is Johnson. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he will go all the way. Calvin Johnson. Touchdown, Raiders.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a two-possession game here late.
The score, Raiders 42, Texans 28.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now Manning. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Manning. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback. So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
One final chance for this defense. And here's 3rd down. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's 1st down. To the air is Manning. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. The Texans going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout here, and they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Manning. This one into the hands of Marshall. And he's out of bounds with the 1st down, so they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock.
Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Manning. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
40-yard line.
Back to throw is Manning. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. Now the Raiders are going to use the 1st of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down. Peyton going to look to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. We are set for 4th and long. Here we go. One final play. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And the Raiders are going to come up with the late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end,